Right, so there are all of the cookies together. This is the first batch on this side, and then we have the second batch. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and on this channel I make quite literally whatever content I fancy making. And in today's video I am going to be celebrating the milestone of 200 subscribers. I'm currently playing catch up with that, which is a great thing. So thank you for choosing to be here. And what I decided that I was going to do in order to celebrate 200 subscribers is I have decided that I am going to make sugar cookies for the first time. I picked this up in a recent trip to the US, and I've never had sugar cookies before. I've heard of them, I've seen pictures of them. I know that you can have them in this type of form, and then you have like the sugar cookies that have like an icing on the top. And yeah, I thought instead of making them from scratch, when I saw this, I thought I would just try using this cookie mix instead. I actually don't think I've ever used a cookie mix before in my life, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes. On the back, it has two different types of like recipes to follow. The first one is drop cookies, and then the other one is just regular cutout cookies. I think the drop cookies will be simpler and also less washing up. So I'm going to follow the drop cookies recipe. Here it is if you are curious. And I'm also going to need to convert the temperature for the oven, because it says if I do large ones, so it can make about 12 large ones, and that will have to be baked at 350 Fahrenheit if it's an aluminum. Did I just say aluminum? I meant to say aluminium. You see, it's the American English is trying to infiltrate, and we won't have any of that. So if it's an aluminium pan, and then if it is a non-stick pan, then it will have to be 325 Fahrenheit. I'm surprised that there's actually a differentiation in temperature depending on the type of pan. I'll figure this out. Okay, so I need butter. It says 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup of butter. Now I need to do a conversion of cups as well, because I don't use cup measurements. Do we have cup conversions in here? Perfect. Okay, so we have butter here. So 1 cup of butter equals 230 grams. And what did I say that we need? Half a cup. Okay, so 115 grams. Perfect. Okay, let me note this down. Okay, so 115 grams of butter, and then we need 1 egg. It doesn't specify the size of the egg. It doesn't say 1 large egg, 1 medium egg, nothing. So that's really helpful. So I'm just going to add one medium egg. So I have this little bit of unsalted butter left. I'm not sure how much is here, but I'm just going to weigh it to see if I need to add any more to this. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow. So perfect. That's literally, it's like 100 and, it's just over 110. So I'm going to just say that that's 115 grams, guys. Okay, I've just grabbed a pan and some greaseproof paper, and I've lined the pan. I like to give it a little scrunch beforehand because it just helps everything to stay a little bit more flat. And then what I'm going to do next is I will open this and dump it into this bowl. It doesn't look very interesting, and there's not much to look at. It's just looks like flour. Okay, and then let me grab my spoon. Okay, and I've just created a little well which I'll use to put the egg and the butter in. I'm also going to go ahead and preheat my oven now because there's not really anything else to do once I put the butter and egg in, so I want to give it a good head start. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on 160 for now. Okay, a little bit melty, but not so bad. Right, so I'm going to add the butter. It feels really weird doing things in this order because if I was making cookies under normal circumstances, the butter would already be mixed in with the sugar. So yeah, this all feels really, really wrong. And now I'm going to go ahead and crack my egg in the same container that I used. Yep, looks fine. That's good. Okay. And now I will add it to this bowl as well. This all feels wrong. Honestly, I can't tell you how incorrect this all feels. But I'm going with the flow and I'm following the instructions. And then we will try and combine this. This is so strange. I mean, it does at the moment feel like there's more mixture than there is, as in more of the flour and sugar mixture, whatever else they've put in there, than the butter that I've put in and the egg. Let's see. I mean, it does hold quite well, but there's still a lot of mixture. Let me see. I will temporarily treat this as I would a pastry, but I really don't like to work biscuits in the same way as a dough, but let's see what we can do. We might be able to salvage this. Don't lose hope yet, guys. Don't lose hope. Okay. I think it's improving for definite. Let's see what we can do. If I fold it in on itself, just keep pressing it in. And it doesn't say anything about, you know, bringing it together and putting it in the fridge for it to, you know, chill or anything, which is another thing that I would normally do. Actually, I think we're good, guys. It feels much better. I think I just needed to go in there with my hand because this feels very natural now. It just needed some working. Okie dokie. Okay, so there we are. This is what we have. The cookie dough. Now everything in me is telling me I need to put this in the fridge to chill. But because it doesn't say to do that, I'm just going to give it a try. What I think I will do is I will put some in the oven to bake and see what I make of it. I might also put some in the fridge just to compare, you know, and give the cookie the best chance of being good. So next bit is it just says drop dough 2.5 inches apart on ungreased cookie sheet. Okay, right. Okay, so I don't know what is an appropriate size. I never get this right when I'm making cookies, like what's an appropriate size ball to start with to get a good size cookie. This is what I have decided on. Could be wrong, could be right. So that's one. Okay. And is that the same size? Somewhat. And okay. Here, I don't know if they're 2.5 inches apart from each other. If you fancy getting a ruler out to do that for yourself, you're more than welcome, but I won't be doing that today. So yeah, these are going in the oven. This bowl is going in the fridge, and I will see you in 12 to 14 minutes. I'm going to put them in for 12 and then see how they're going, and then if they look like they need a little bit more time, put them in for that extra 2 minutes. Right, we just have just under 2 minutes left on the clock, and this is what they look like at the moment in the oven. They have flattened out considerably, which is good. I will probably just have to take them out to check what they look like. Yeah, I don't know, because I know that sugar cookies aren't supposed to be dark, so I'm gonna have to judge whether it looks as though it's baked or not. I just gave the recipe another read just to check, and it does say bake as directed below or until edges are golden brown. So I'll double check and make sure that the edges are golden brown, and if they're not, I'll put them back in again for another 2 minutes. Yeah, these don't look done to me. They look super pale and the edges don't look golden brown at all. I'll put them back in for another 2 minutes and then we'll see how we go. Okay, so this is what they look like. They're so soft. The question is, how am I supposed to know? The edges still don't look brown to me. Let me just trying to have a look underneath it, but let's have a look. No, even, oh no. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we'll just try and patch that back together a little bit. Pretend it never happened, guys. It never happened. You saw nothing. I'm going to put it back in the oven. I'll let you know how long I end up leaving it in for. Okay, there's definitely more golden edges this time round. Still soft on the top, but that's normal for a cookie. I think that should be okay. They're quite light brown. I think that should be okay. And they feel quite firm on the edges. So what I'm going to do now, as it says on the recipe, I am going to leave them here for a couple of minutes to cool on the pan before I transfer it here to my wire rack. Right, I've also checked the bottom of one of them and it looks quite nice and lightly golden. So I am going to transfer these now to my wire rack. Okay, so I'll just pop this to one side and then I will go and grab the bowl from the fridge. The bowl is nice and cold now. You can see how it's got all like frosted. Fridge is absolutely freezing. And now I will turn these into little cookies as well, and hopefully these bake up quite nicely. So okay, so I have the last lot here. I'm going to try and organise these as best as possible. Really, technically, I probably should use another pan as well, but I don't want to. So I will take that risk. It's very possible I will live to regret this, but there are worse issues occurring in the world than me refusing to use more than one pan. So yeah, these are going into the oven now. I thought it was also worth mentioning that I do have another packet of the sugar cookie mix. So if anyone has any suggestions on anything that you would have added, if you've used this mix and you add extra bits to it, let me know. I need to use this up in probably the next month or so. So if I don't get any suggestions, what I'll probably do is make the cookie dough and then freeze it so that I can enjoy it at a later stage if nobody in my family fancies cookies at the time, because I don't want this to go off before I have the chance to make these. Okay, so 19 minutes has passed. I can see some golden edges on some of them, less so on others, but I think we should be okay. Yeah, because they still feel relatively firm around the edges. So I think we'll leave it at that. That seems like a good amount of time for this batch as well. So I've put them both in for 19 minutes. Right, so there are all of the cookies together. This is the first batch on this side, and then we have the second batch on the right hand side. I think they all look very nice and tasty, and I can't wait for these to hurry up and cool down so that I can try both of them and see if there's any difference. So I've already put one cookie from the first batch to one side, just so that it's ready and raring to go, and the kitchen smells so good right now. And what I will do now is I will transfer these over to here. They've been sitting on this pan for 2 minutes, so they should be good to go. Nice golden bottom. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so I thought whilst I wait for one of the cookies from the second batch to cool down a little bit, I would just try one of the cookies from the first batch. So I'm going to be trying this one. It smells so nice, like buttery. Yeah, it just smells like buttery goodness. So let's see what I make of it. My first ever sugar cookie. The texture is like completely different to what I expected. It's very like chewy, but in a nice way. I can't compare this to any other cookie that I've had before. It's nice though. I mean, I couldn't eat a lot of them. It's very sweet. Nice. Really nice. Right, so now I'm going to try this one. This is from the second batch. Nice and golden. Lovely crunch. I actually think the second batch tastes more flavourful, like there's more going on. I do wonder, I do think the chilling in the fridge has made a difference. It's nice though, very good. So yeah, if you've never tried sugar cookies before, I would definitely recommend them. They are very different to any other cookie I've tried in the UK. Not like any other supermarket cookie. It's a completely different texture, different mouth feel. There's a crunch, there's a chewiness, there's a softness. There's like a lot going on there. And then you've got the sugariness to it as well. It's almost like the sugar borderline tastes a bit like a caramelly type flavour. It's really good. I'm really impressed. So yeah, thank you for 200 subscribers. It's kind of funny actually eating this now, because I'm just grabbing my water. Ooh, It's a lot of sugar, guys. It's a lot of sugar. But yeah, it's kind of funny doing this now because I am on the cusp of starting a challenge where I have 0 sugary snacks for a month. So it's kind of amusing to make these now. So I will have to freeze a bunch of these, which is no issue at all. At least they'll be there waiting for me. And then I will give the rest to relatives to enjoy. I'm planning to do the 300 subscribers, 400 subscribers, and so on videos. But what I may have to do for like the 300 subscribers, if it clashes with my no sugar type challenge, I will have to maybe come up with something where I use like fruit, so we can have a natural type sugar recipe, but I'll see what I can come up with. Thank you again for 200 subscribers. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful week.